What's up YouTube, Dark Underakusu here with a deck profile for Empty Jar. I know there's been a lot of videos floating around out there for this deck lately, so I decided to go ahead and upload my version, which probably isn't too different from other versions. But if you haven't seen one of the other Empty Jar deck profiles, I'll go ahead and explain what each card is for and how the deck works. So let's go ahead and get started. First, we have 3 Giant Rat. This guy is used mainly to search out Morphine Jar and Needleworm, which are the main keys to make this deck work. Also, he's good discard fodder for a few of the other cards in the deck. Next up, we have 380 Changer. A very important card for the deck. It helps to flip your Morphine Jar and Needleworms to thin your opponent's deck so they're that much closer to losing. Next is 2 Needleworm. This is one of the main key cards to make the deck work. You can set it, then use 80 Changer to flip it and make your opponent send the top 5 cards of their deck to the grave. Then set it face down with Book of Moon if you happen to have it. Next we have Sangan. Just like Giant Rat, this guy is in here to help get out the main card, which of course is Morphine Jar. This is what the deck revolves around. Without this card, the deck becomes virtually ruined, so it's important to get this on the field and get your combo going as quickly as possible. Alright, that's it for the monsters. There's only 10. Now for spells. We have 3 Book of Eclipse, 3 Book of Moon, and 3 Book of Tayo. Book of Tayo basically serves the same purpose as 80 Changer, to get your face down monsters face up and keep their effects going. Once you flip them face up with either Book of Tayo or 80 Changer, then you can flip them back face down with either Book of Moon or Book of Eclipse. However, Book of Eclipse serves a dual purpose, because not only does it help to get your monsters face down, but it puts your opponent's monsters face down also. Then at the end of the turn, they flip those monsters face up and draw a card for each. This is good because it'll not only save your monsters and prep them for use on your turn, but also help to thin your opponent's deck and make it that much easier to get them to deck out. Next we have 1 Foolish Burial. This is a great card to help get your 80 Changers, Needleworm, or Morphine Jar into the grave to help set up your combo. Why is getting your key cards in the grave so good? Well, because of Monster Reborn and the triple Shallow Grave. Of course, once the monster is on the field, whether it's face up due to Monster Reborn or face down due to Shallow Grave, you will usually have one of the books or an 80 Changer to help get the combo flowing. Now then, we have triple Upstart Goblin and triple Hand Destruction. These cards are here just to make sure you can get your main combo pieces. Since you won't really be attacking, the life point gain your opponent gets from Upstart Goblin is not an issue at all. Hand Destruction also has a dual purpose. Not only does it help you keep the flow of the deck going, but it helps to thin your opponent's deck as well. Next we have triple Magical Mallet. This card is really just in here to help get rid of the bad hands and hopefully give you something better to work with. Aside from that, it's good fodder to use for hand destruction, and a Feather of a Phoenix, and the double Magical Stone Excavation. These cards really help a lot. Feather allows you to discard a card, then return a card to the top of your deck. Especially helpful if you have Morphing Jar face down. You can get Book of Moon or something else that'll keep your combo going. Magical Stone Excavation is also helpful because you discard 2 cards, then return a spell from your grave to your hand. Again, it's good to get back Book of Moon or Book of Tayo, or just whatever you need at the time. Next is Giant Shroonade. This card helps to get around Solemn Warning, Solemn Judgment, and Dark Bribe, all of which are things that can really screw this deck over. But aside from that, it helps to return set quick play spells to your hand that you just set and allow you to play them. Also, something fun to do is return all spell and traps to the player's hands with Giant Shroonade, and then play Card Destruction. Once you've set what you needed, of course. This is a very small combo and doesn't happen a whole lot, but it does help to get a little extra thinning from your opponent's deck. This card is mainly in there to help hopefully give you a new hand as well as thin your opponent's deck. Last but not least, we have Burial from a Different Dimension. This card is really amazing in this deck. Its main use is to return AD Changer, since they are removed from the grave when you use their effect. This just helps to get them back into the grave so you can spam them all over again. Not to mention, this helps get back Morphing Jar if your opponent used DD Crow or something like that. It just helps the deck keep a constant flow with the AD Changer. Anyway guys, that's the deck. It's 40 cards exactly, and it runs really fast once you get the combo going. Oh, one quick note though. This deck does take some getting used to. It's not something that just anyone can pick up and play consistently. There is some actual thinking involved before you make a play, because a single wrong move will more often than not cost you the game. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this deck profile for Empty Jar. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. This is Dark Arekusu from Team Dark Neko. Peace.